So this is basically what we call as the 4 preferences scale. Okay. Now 4 preferences scale, if they are grouped out, say, let me ask you some of the question. Okay, and let me understand what is your feeling. You can write it on the chat. Okay. What would be you like to be appreciated or recognized for? The question is, what would you like to be appreciated or recognized for? That some people are saying that they want to be appreciated and recognized for what they have done. Okay, while I see some of them are saying that their competences and they want to be to be based on the outcomes of that. Yes, I'm getting responses also currently. Okay, while other group are saying that they need to be appreciated and recognized for how they have done the work. Okay, the impact that they have on their own contribution, what they have made. Okay, so essence, every people are thinking the same thing about the appreciation. They are thinking on a different way the same thing. Okay, so basically, everything is coming basically to one thing. That is, one, you are looking for the appreciation or being recognized. Okay, some people are looking for recognition of the work they are doing, the outcome of the work, while there are some people who are looking forward for recognition of the processes involved. That the processes may also include the competency and the individual performance according. Okay, now one more question for that. How do you like to be appreciated or recognized? The question is, how do you like to be appreciated or recognized? First is that you want to be what you want to be recognized for. Now second question is that how would you like to be appreciated or recognized? The process of recognition. So we can say that one group might respond that they would like to be appreciated or recognized by someone whom they respect, by their tangible outcomes in the form of certificate of appreciation, by someone or heading the organization. Okay, while there will be some people who will be happy to get a certification or some reward, okay, from those people who are in understanding, or from those people who loved on. Okay, so if for example I in my organization there will be some people, if I open up a process by which there is an open appreciation, some people or some employee would be very happy to get the response from the director or the MD, while some people would like to have that certificate of appreciation or anything from their project head or the concerned HOD. Okay, so it's it depends upon basically how they want to get that appreciation. Clear with that? Understood? Okay, now what is happening here is that the preferences are changing. Okay, so the preferences, if say when I'm talking about preferences, is basically making you understand that it's not always the way. If I am a person who is looking forward for the appreciation by the hand of the managing director, while my co-worker or my colleague is looking forward for appreciation from the concerned HOD in which he or she is working in the department, both of them are right. Okay, but it's all about understanding or getting into the way they prefer to get the thing. So both of them are getting the response, but the way the preferences is different. So on the basis of that preferences, basically Carl Jung came up with the 4 different kinds of preferences scale. Okay, so it basically talks about Carl Jung actually that was in the year around early early period, I don't actually remember to check it out. Okay. So basically Carl Jung came out with the four preferences. He talked about preferences. So many a time it is confusion that you heard about MBTI, that is Myers-Briggs type indicators. Okay, so it has been linked with basically what we call as Carl Jung, but actually Carl Jung came up with the preferences. On the basis of that preferences, mother and daughter combination, that is your Catherine Briggs and Isabel Mayers, worked on this four preferences and came out with the MBTI structure. We will go into the MBTI structure a little bit later. Okay, till the time, let's understand the four preferences scale. Okay, so behavioral preferences helps the people to understand the normal differences in themselves and other people concerning life orientation. Okay, now the first part where of the preference scale is that where do you get the energy from? Okay, now the energy, a person can get the energy from outside. Okay, so I will be talking about more into each of the preferences type a little later. Let me just give you the brief of the preferences scale. Okay, and when I say preferences scale, it's basically means that it's a scale, it's a range between extraversion and introversion. Okay, so you can be anywhere on the scale. It's just a Likert scale of highly satisfied and highly satisfied and highly unsatisfied. So extraversion is on the one side and introversion is on the other side. So you can range from extraversion to the introversion. Anywhere you can be there. You can be on the mid position. You can be on the left position towards the extraversion, or you can be a little position towards the introversion. Okay, so basically whether you are an extroverted, okay, when I say keep track on the word called extrovert. Okay, the word is extraversion, it's not extroversion. Okay, so many a times there is a confusion, people call it an extrovert. Okay, in case of Carl Jung process or in case of MBTI, we do not have called extrovert, it's extravert. Okay, basically it's derived from where you are getting the energy from. So this is what we call extroverts, that is the energy coming from outside. Introversion, coming energy from the coming from inside. Okay, so behavioral preferences relates a key leadership task and challenges. So it is useful in working with the team, with the strategy, managing conflicts, and helping other and motivating other. Preferences cannot be used to measure cognitive abilities, your IQ or your intelligence. Please, please, please keep this thing in mind. I request it again and again. Those who are using psychometry, especially for understanding the personality, please do not use the preferences to measure the cognitive abilities, the IQ, or the intelligence. Preferences cannot be used to determine whether you have a psychiatric disturbances or any other mental illness. They cannot be used to show the level of maturity. I have been saying that each personality type is unique. Everyone is, have got strength and weakness. No personality type is bigger, no personality type is smaller. Okay, they cannot be used to measure your emotions, degree of trauma that you have been experienced, or whether they are undergoing each levels of stress. Now, on the basis of the preferences scale, you basically come up with the different types. We will going into the different types a little bit later. Okay, so what we are basically look forward for is this four preferences scale is divided on four different parameters. That is what we call as how do you get, where you get, do you get the energy from, or alternatively we can say how do you get the energy. Okay, that is you are extroverted or introverted. Okay, next is that what kind of information do you prefer to use. Okay, or you how you gather the information, that is what we call as sensing and intuition. Okay, the next point is how you process the information, or what process do you use to make decision. Okay, thinking, that is on the basis of that the scale is thinking and feeling. Okay, we'll go and keep on explaining each and every word so that it will be clear by the end of this course. Okay, the next part is that how you engage yourself to the word, or how you deal with the word around you. So you can be going for the judging or the personality type. Okay, so let me first explain what the preference is. If I was to ask you whether you would like to have tea or coffee, what would be your answer? Just a simple question: tea or coffee? Anyone, whenever we go ask any person, or ask any person coming to the home, we ask for a person for either tea or coffee. Okay, I had some responses. Okay, so is there anything right between selecting tea or coffee? Exactly, it's preferences over the other. Okay, so somebody likes coffee because of the tingling taste. Somebody likes to have tea because of the taste of the thing that is coming out of that. So it's depend upon preferences. Okay, so one question more. uh, that will make you actually keep this type of question will make you understand the concept of preferences a little bit further. Okay, so when you pick up your mobile, okay, which ear do you prefer to go for, left or right? Does that matters whether you are using the left or a right ear? No, it's actually depending upon whether your working hand is right or left. Okay, so if your working hand is right, usually what happens that you pick up your mobile phone and put it on the right. Okay, so that is just about the preferences. Okay, so basically we will be looking at on different preferences on the basis of reasons or the scale of preferences, that is where do you get from energy. So we will be working on uh, basically the four preferences scale that we'll be working on. It will be extraversion versus introversion, sensing, intuition, thinking and feeling, judging and perception. Okay, so the extraversion and introversion scale looks how do you get the energy. The sensing intuition scales look on how you take in information, that is collect the information. In the thinking and the feeling skills looks around how you process the information. The judging and the perception skills look on how your orientation yourself and how you are engaged with the outside world. Now this when a combination of different skills will be made, then we will be getting our preference personality preference type. Till that time we are not working on the personality type, till the time we are getting into MBTI, as since now we are into your Carl Jung process. Okay, so I will just again ask you to take up your pen and paper. Okay, write extraversion and introversion on the opposite side. Okay, just like this what you are seeing here, extraversion, then keep some gap and write introversion, just the upper one, the extraversion. Then there will be space on the two sides of paper, right? Extraversion on one side, introversion at the other side. So what actually when we have been talking about extrovert people, or Mrs. Peld, or in MBTI or in Carl Jung as extroverted, it says that somebody who is quite loud, quite engaging, talks a lot about the people. Okay, and they are usually the life and the soul of the party. They are called as extroverted or extraverted, while those people who have been called as introverted are quite shy and quite boring. Is that the definition you have been carrying in your mind about extraversion and introversion? So when we are talking about the Jungian terms, extraversion and introversion means slightly little things. Extroversion is in extroversion preference is somebody who gets their stimulation from the environment, the outer world of the people and the thing, while somebody with an introversion preferences get the stimulation from within the inner world of thoughts. Okay, so everyone has got thoughts. So some people gets the energy from their thoughts, while somebody gets the energy from outside the external environment. Say for example, you will see people who are going into, different religious activities. Okay, so when they are going into different religious activities, they get their energy from there, whatever the way the energy they get from energy. While there are some people who get goes to the party, conferences, seminars, they get their energy from there. Let's understand the overall definition of that. Okay, while the introversion, they think about a lot about the thing that is happening, and on the basis of their thought process they get the energy of doing something. Okay, so for example, if you put an introversion people in a party, or in a club, you take an introversion person into a club, that does not mean that the person will not be in the part of that party, or the part of that, yeah, in club, or dance party or anything. They will be there, but after they come back from the party, okay, they will be feeling exhausted. Okay, they will be feeling exhausted, while the person who are extroverted, okay, they will be rejuvenated. Okay, so usually we say that introvert people do not actually wants to go to the party. It's not like that. It's basically where they are getting the energy from, while the person who are extroverted, when they go to a party or a desk or anything, they get, after they come out of that, they feel that they are lacking the energy, while the extroverted people get energized. Okay, that is what we say, where do they get energy from. Okay, both attitudes are used by everyone, but one is usually preferred and one is usually better developed. Okay, we have been talking about the example of your using your right hand or a left hand writing your name. Okay, so basically what is that, because the person has been using that hand on a regular basis, that has been better developed. Okay, so somebody with an extroverted preferences feels pulled outwards by external claims and conditions. They feel pulled outwards by other people. They get motivated by the other people. But while at the same time, while at the same time, the people, so there are some people who are introverts prefers, on the other hand, feel towards pulled inside or inward with the internal claims and intrusions. They would prefer to reflect and think about this in their inner world. So they have their inner world. So to be somebody with the extroversion preferences is energized with the by the people, energized by the external experience, as since they are solar powered. Okay, so there are people there are people who are you understand about the solar power battery. Okay, so they are basically getting the the energy from the solar power, and on the basis of they are just being charged, just like understand about the solar power that is being used for lightning up the thing. So they get the energy from the solar power, whilst the the people who are introverted, or we talk about the preferences scale of introversion, they are energized by the internal resources and with their internal experiences. They are basic, you can just like we talked about the solar power, in case of introversion it is more like a battery operated. So battery has been pre-charged with their thought process, and on the thought process, from that thought process they get the energy. Okay, so somebody with the extroversion preferences will express their emotions freely, while somebody with the introversion preferences tends to bottle up and the emotions will keep on themselves. Somebody with the extroversion preferences need relationship, need engagement with the other people, while somebody with the introversion preferences has a need for being into their own. They need privacy. While the people to do something about somebody with an extroversion preferences will act, and then maybe they will think about that. While the introversion people, they will first, think about it and then act. Okay, somebody with the extroversion preferences is often seen as friendly, talkative and easy to get to know, while somebody with the extroversion preferences is often reserved, quiet and hurried. People with the extroversion preferences, I'm getting some messages. I will respond to those messages once I am done with the extroversion and the introversion thing. Okay, so people with the extroversion preferences tends to be interested in lots of things. They give a breath to life, while most of the people in the introversion preference are interested in one or two subjects. They are very specialized in one or two subjects, while the introversion look at the general thing. Okay, so people with the introversion preferences may seems to be quite extroversion seems to be quite shallow to the people, while introversion preferences and the people with an introversion preferences may seem quite withdrawn to the people with an extroversion preferences. So some of the keywords for extroversion people are that they are active, outward, sociable, expressive, breath. These are the words associated with extroversion. While for the introversion, it can be reflective, inward, reserved, privacy, quiet. These are the words that has been related to introversion. Okay. Now, as since you know that the characteristics of extroversion and introversion, I would like you to put a scale, a lighter scale between extroversion and introversion. Okay, and see which side you are, towards the extroversion or towards the introversion. You can also be on the middle of that, but usually I have seen that when you understand the characteristics of the extroversion and the introversion, you would be either tending towards the left, a little left or little right, or more left or more right. So you can be 100% extroversion and 0% introversion, or you can be 100% extroversion, 0% introversion, or you can be 20% extroversion, 80% introversion. But this is the scale where you will be. Can you put yourself on that scale of extroversion and introversion? Okay. So you understand that you are not actually totally an extrovert or totally an introvert. You are somewhere between extrovert and introvert. So there are some characteristic of introversion that you are carrying, and there are some characteristic of extroversion you are carrying. The more characteristic of each of the any of the thing is that what you are getting or your scale. Okay, so when we are talking about a personality type or preferential type, okay, so basically you have been typed as extroverted or introverted. Okay, so this is basically if it the more towards which kind of extroversion or introversion, the more you are near to that, you or the more the percentage of that characteristic is being shown, you become that kind of personality type. Okay, so let's go to the next part, that is what kind of information do you prefer to use, or where do you get that information. That is what we call as the sensing and intuition. So doing again the same thing, you just write two words, sensing and intuition, on two sides of the paper and make a scale. Okay, now I will be talking about the different characteristics of sensing and intuition, and on the basis of that, you have to identify what kind of person you are, or what is your preferences scale. Okay, um, ready? So let's discuss about the sensing and the preferences. So people with the sensing preferences takes in information by the ways of five senses. So basically, five senses are sight, that is eye, sound, taste, touch, and smell. Okay, while those person with the intuition preferences basically they collect the information using the sixth sense, or what we call as the hunch. So whenever we, most of us who are those into the HR fraternity, it is usually said that we take the information on the gut feeling rather than going on the actual information coming from the different five senses. Okay, you will notice that the intuition preferences starts with the N. Okay, so the personality type that has already anyways mentioned is that the word that, for example, the personality type ENTJ, just for example, I'm not talking about any particular personality type. So the personality type we talk about ENTJ or INTJ. Okay, so you see the word called N is used. Now the second part. Okay, why it is the N is used? Because the introvert, the I has been taken by the top one, that is called the introversion. So I is not available here to defend. That is why we use the word called N in case of sensing and intuition. So sensing sort to display in just one letter, it is represented as S, while the intuition is represented as N. Clear? So people with the sensing preferences like to start right at the beginning, and they will take to one step at a time. Okay, they will not rush to do the thing. Okay, they will take one step at the time. Okay, people with the intuition preferences, on the other hand, can jump anywhere, and they can take a leap of from one step to another. Okay, they can, if they are on the step one of the process, they will go on the step 5. They will go, they are just moving from a one step to another step. That is what we call as the leaping of the step. Okay, people with the sensing preferences prefer to be realistic, accurate. They prefer to have the accurate information and specific details, whereas the people who have the intuition preferences prefer to be given the overall purpose, why that thing has to be done. Okay, and they like the work thing, they like to design the process by themselves, while the sensing part, I told you that they need specific and accurate instruction, while the intuition preferences says that they will work the thing accordingly, and they want to know why this particular thing is to be done. People with the sensing preferences prefer handling practical matters. People with the intuition preferences, they are more of an imaginative. Okay, they there are some people who will say that these are the practical kind of people. They prefer to work on the practical matters, while there are while on the other hand, intuitions are the people who are more of an imaginative. People with the sensing preferences like to things that are definitive, and they like the things that are measurable. Okay, so for those people who are into sensing, if it is cannot be measured, it does not exist, while those people who are into intuitions, okay, they are more of a the things about the opportunity for being in imaginative. They don't like to be restricted. The intuition people do not like to be restricted, while the sensing people, they follow the instructions. Okay, people with the sensing preferences will take part in the specific parts and pieces, and they will look at how they build up to the whole matters. Okay, so sensing people basically just let me just a moment. I think I have written there. Yes. Okay. So I think this will be more clear to you. Okay. So while you are deciding your personality type, I was having that slide, I forgot it. Okay. Anyways, so basically, when we are talking about sensing people, uh, they, people with the sensing preferences lives in the present moment. Okay, they enjoy being here and now, while those people into the intuitions, they like to be live towards the future. They anticipate what things might be and how the thing might turn out. People with the sensing preferences like set procedures. They like established routines, as I said you earlier. Just a moment. Chat process. Just differ from situation. The situation and everything is there. When till the time I have been getting some questions that it depends upon the situation. I would ask you to kindly hold this thought in your mind for a moment. Okay, let the course be over, then we will see if I have answered that questions or not. Okay, so people with the sensing preferences are said to be procedures, and they follow the established routines, while the peoples of the who are intuitive likes variety of the changes. Okay, uh, the words related to sensing would be present, practical, fact oriented, sequential, repetitions. These kinds of words are associated with sensing, while for the intuitions they are more of imaginative, innovative, randoms, and inspirational, changes. They like changes. So these are the words related to intuitive, being an intuitive as one of the preferences. So I would ask again to follow that again what you have done with the extraversion and introvert. Just work again on this specific these characteristics and see where you landed, whether you are a sensing kind of preferences or you have the intuitive kind of preferences. Actually, I want the way that was done with the extroversion. What will be the percentage of your preferences of sensing? What will be the percentage of your preferences to be intuitive? Okay, you cannot be totally a intuitive person or totally a sensing person. Okay, there will be always some part of sensing and some part of intuition. What will be that percentage? In 99% of the cases I have seen, there is nothing called 50-50. It is usually it can be 51-49, but it cannot be 50-50. Okay, so just one thing more. When you have in your previous, when we decided that your the percentage of extraversion is more than introversion, or the percent of introversion is more than extraversion, whichever the percentage is higher, just keep tick on that preference. Just keep tick on your own paper. We will be working on that. Okay, fair enough. So let's move to next preferences scale, that is thinking and feeling. Okay, basically when we talk about thinking and feeling is that it is the way in which you make the decision. Okay, So it depends upon, do you make the decision through thinking, which is where you decide on the basis of logics, on the basis of objective for of your consideration, or do you make the decision based on the feeling? Okay, where you decide on the basis of personal and subjective values. Okay, so basically this up one at the one side it is about logic and objectives, while the feelings talks about personal and subjective values. So thinking, you can say, of course I would say one thing more, that each of us do both. Okay, so as I have been telling you during the extroversion and introversion, or I was telling about when we were discussing about sensing and intuitions, we have both of them, but there are some preferences that is more developed comparative to other. Okay, so people with the thinking preferences, they decides with their head. Okay, while the people with the feeling, yeah, decide with their heart. Okay, people with thinking preferences go by logic, while the people with the feeling preferences goes by the personal convictions. People with the feeling preferences are concerned about their relationship. They are concerned about true harmony. Okay, whenever you hear the word called harmony, they take this thing clear in the mind that the person is into the feeling. Okay, so feeling, they are concerned about the feeling. People are concerned about the harmony. They, while the thinking preferred tends to be objective about the situation they are. Okay, and while the feelings thinks about the as a participant from within the situation. So thinking is basically coming, having a bird's eye view of that. Okay, so swing on the top, while feeling is basically what we call as the fish eye view of the problem. So they are within the they become the part of the the situation and try to understand the situation, while the people who are the preference of those are more of a thinking. They see the situations from outside and analyze on that basis. Again, going on the previous definitions of thinking, they go by the logic, while the feelings people go by the personal conviction. Okay, so there will be people who will be talking a different thing. They people who are more of a thinking, they will be talking about laws, they will be talking about different other things associated with that. But while the person who are into feelings, they will be talking about the feeling of the people. Okay, the feeling of what the population is thinking. So they are feeling that pain, and or the the pride of being the part of the situation itself. Okay, now the thinking people takes of a longer view, while the feeling people takes on the immediate, and they takes the things on their personal. Okay, and thinking people never takes the thing on their personal. While the feelings people take the things on the personal. The thinking people takes the long view, while they feeling preferences takes first the intermediate and the personal view of the situation. When looking at the situation, people of with a thinking preferences will go spontaneously find flaws and start criticizing the thing. Okay, so you will find people in and around you who are just whenever they are in the situation, they will start criticizing the thing rather than they are always try to find flaws in the thing. Okay, while the people who are there, they will understand the scenario, that the scenario is for the harmony and there are some problems within that, and they will, at the first thing, they will appreciate the good part of that. Okay, so any situation you talk about has some good part as well as some bad part. Say for example, we are there in a lockdown situation. Okay, in case of lockdown situation, okay, there are some flaws. Okay, and there are some good things that is related to lockdown. Okay, so the people who are more into a thinking kind of preferences, they will start finding flaws in the lockdown situation and start criticizing it. while the people who are more into a feeling with that, they will appreciate that this will have a good impact on us and will create a harmony out of that. Okay. But the thinking people are good at analyzing the plan. They will analyze each and everything and break into the different part, while the feeling people are good at understanding the overall plan or understanding the plan. Okay, so the words related to thinking, you can say hate, objective, justice. Okay, they will be talking about impersonal. They criticize the thing, analyze the thing. Okay, while the feeling preferences, the first word to define them is harmony. Okay, then they are caring, they are personal, they appreciate, they empathize. Okay, and they have got persuasive values. Okay, so this is about thinking and feeling. Now mark yourself which is your more preferences. Again, we will be talking on percentage. Okay, so it's I will not say that you are using only thinking or feeling. Okay, but on the basis of that, analyze yourself and see what towards which preferences you are, towards thinking or towards feeling. I would like to have the percentage. Now, next, your preferences scale is judging and perceiving. Now, it's important here to understand that when we are talking about judging preferences, we are not talking about being judgmental. Okay, it's basically a kind of preferences. We'll when we will talking about the different characteristic of that, you will understand. It's basically it is the way that basically we are getting the information into that. Okay, so if this is the way in which the complementary lifestyles are organized. Okay, perceiving the judging preferences are not judgmental anymore, one of them, and one who has got the perceiving preferences, and anyone who is not has a perceiving preferences is not about having a perspective than any other with the judging personality. So judging is not judgmental, perceiving is not perception. Basically, there are a difference between judging and preference. Basically, it's about how you when you get up with the some data, you got the energy. So let's get here. It will be make more easy for you to understand. You got energy. You got energy from the solar powered or the battery powered. So you got the information, you know how to take the decision, and then on the basis of that decision and on the basis of the information and the energy you have, you know how to deal with the world around you. Okay, so on the basis of that, how do you deal with the word? So basically you have the closed preferences or you have the processing preferences. So people with the judging preferences have a lifestyle that is decisive, planned, and orderly. People with the perceiving preferences have a lifestyle that is flexible, adaptable, and spontaneous. Judging personality have the prefer to have the organized lifestyle, while the perceiving have the flexible lifestyle. Judging people have a definite orders and structures, while perceiving people like the way to go with the flow. They will not care about the orders and the structure. They just go with the flow. Okay. In judging, they have got the clear limits and the categories. They will work to a list. Okay, they every person who are those whose preference is more often judging thing, they have a to-do list with them. Okay, so many a times there is a training related to your time management. So in the time management training, what we actually train that the person should make a to-do list. Okay, so those people who have got a perceiving preferences of about the preferences would not like to have a to-do list, because they would like to have the freedom. Okay, so perceiving preferences can work to a list as well, but they like to be freedom and explore the things. Okay, so many a times they will, even if they have the to-do list, they will start with the point number 1, point number 2, and then they will explore, try to explore the point number 7, point number 8, and so on. Okay, so that is the kind of the personality, the characteristic the perceiving preferences have. Okay, people with the judging preferences like to have their life under control, or they will like to feel as if they have got everything under control. Okay, so people with the perceiving preferences prefer to have experience in life as it happens. People with the judging personality enjoys being decisive. Okay, while people of the perceptive enjoy being curious, discovering surprises. Okay, when working towards the deadlines, both the preferences can work to meet the deadlines. It's just that it is done in a different way. Okay, people with the judging preferences handles deadlines by planning in advance. Okay, while the people who are judging, perceiving type, they also meet the deadlines, but in the last minute rush. So when we, as a student, we have been doing our studies. So there were some students who used to start their curriculum right from the day one, and slowly they used to complete the till the time the examination used to reach. And while there were some people, some students who used to relax the entire 2 months or 3 months, and then when the semester exams used to come, they will complete the course in just 15 or 20 days. Okay, and then sit for the examination. So they, both of them are meeting the deadlines, but the way that is being handled, the judging, they are planning in advance, while the perceiving are going for the last minute rush. Okay, so the keywords that are associated with judging are that they are organized, structure, they are controlled, decisive. Okay, uh, they meet the, they have got a proper plan, they are productive. Okay, while the perceiving, the words associated with perceivings are flexible, spontaneous, curious. They are more into discovery. They wait till the last time, and then rush, last minute rush is there. Okay, and they are very receptive. Okay, so again, let's understand what kind of personality preferences you have. So by this time, I think you understand that even if your personality type, according to MBTI, is a particular type, you are not actually just that type. Okay, so for example, if you are an ESTJ, okay, you are not totally an extrovert, you are a mixture of extrovert, although the more preferences is towards extrovert, more preferences is towards sensing, more towards thinking, and more towards judging. Okay, so you are not actually uh, as defined by whether you are completely an extrovert or completely an introvert. So on the basis of, you take on your sheet, whether you are more towards extroversion or introversion, more towards different scale. Okay, just I want you to take, select those preferences on which you are more tend towards. Okay, so if you are more towards extroversion, okay, select E. If you are more towards introversion, select I. If you are more towards sensing, select S, and accordingly. So on the basis of this preferences scale, you will be either any of the combination that you will be coming. So if even it is 40, 51, 49, it will be, if say for 51 is extroversion, 49 is introversion, you will be into the extraversion type. So it will be basically E. If say it is N, if it is T, if it is P. So ENTP. Okay, just make the 4-letter words on the basis of your preferences, that you have understood the characteristic of yourself on the basis of the characteristic of different personality behavior. So you can be either E or I, you can be either yes S or N, you can be either T or F, you can be either J or P. Okay, so depending upon your combination, you can be on different types. Now this combination basically gives us the 16 MBTI 16 personality type that has been given by Myers and Briggs. Okay, and again I will be saying that each personality type is unique, everything is good, there is no good or bad personality type. Okay, so whenever you are going to be a practicing of different personality, whatever the scale you are using, don't judge the person by the personality type.